Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to the show with your host, the most, Mr. M, and welcome back to another vlog type collection video. It's been a very, very good bit of time since I've picked up the camera and just brought it around with me because a lot of stuff has changed since the last time I picked the camera, because most of the videos I've been putting out lately have been basically based on my computer. We've been doing a lot of Gmod stuff, and I'm not saying it's bad. I love playing Gmod, it's one of my favorite things to play. But, taking off the hat real quick, it's really hot tonight, but, oh I regret because I need a haircut, but, I love Gmod because of the fun abilities, words I can't pronounce, but that's why I've got this book. I got this book of 2020, that number of words, so I know what I can actually say sometimes before I mess up and say something completely stupid. Then I get memed afterwards. But I just love Gmod because of the fun abilities in it of storytelling and like adventures we can do. Like we've done the Olympics, we've done scary maps, we've done little things here and there, and it's been amazing. And you guys really enjoyed it, like Prop Hunt, Trouble in Terrorist Town, and just Sandbox, and a lot of fun things. And I don't know when this will come out, but if I have, I probably posted the first Olympics we did, because since I've started work, I've been really tired from work. I think I said that already. If I did, it's just been taking all of the energy out of me, and when I get home I just need rest, and I just don't have the energy to just like focus on the computer for so long, click and delete what needs to be deleted, and like edit all the clips. So I do want to say thank you to all the people who understand when I don't upload. I promise I'm going to get right back to uploading next week. I couldn't do it this week because a lot of stuff happened, and I will totally get back to it because I got a lot of videos that need edit. But I'm very active on my social media, so if you want to be very in touch with what I've been doing, go there. I'm on Instagram. I have an Instagram that's been running for I think like a year now. So if you want to go check it out, please do. Support and follow, because I show a lot of behind the scenes things, and I post thumbnails of the episodes that go out so you can be aware of when I upload. So yeah, but this video is one of my favorite types of videos. It's a collection video. Basically, a long time ago, I did a video based around my hat collection, and I will leave a card to it right here or right here, whichever one it is. It was my very first hat collection I did, because back then I had a lot of hats, and well, nowadays I have a bigger hat collection because, well, I love hats. It's one of my favorite fascinations of the world is the different types of hats. So there are hats all over my room, or my HQ, that I will be showing off because they basically can't come off the wall because they're permanently in place. So I'll go off the walls first, and then we will go off the ones on my hat rack. So first one we're starting with is this one. You guys can't see it, it's kind of blended in. Well, this one. Basically, this is my Camouflage Baseball Cap, but it has the face shield over it for hunting. And if you guys don't recognize it as much, this is Uncle M's hat he wears with his sunglasses, which are somewhere around here. I had them. Puppet was holding on to them. What'd you do with them? You fiend! What'd you do? Yep, somewhere around here. Don't know where, but I'll find them. But this is one of the basically prop hats I wear for Uncle M. He basically wears that. So there's that. I would bring it down if there wasn't stuff kind of holding it up. Hello, Darkling. How are you doing? He sits here to watch to keep us safe. So, whee! Next hat on the agenda is Uncle Clunk's road hat, basically. But it's basically my orange fedora that he's wearing. But I added a little showgirl feather onto it because I found it at work, and well, to be honest, I love feathers, and it's just so foofy and it's so beautiful. And a pair of my very old sunglasses I got from Amazon that don't fit my face anymore, so they just go on the hat for cool effects. And they suck because they were just $1, and I've ruined them, and now they won't stay. But it's just my orange fedora that he's just been wearing, and I love hats. So, well, there was no place on the hat rack for it, so I needed a place for it. And his head was calling its name, so bam. Now, it's perfect. It fits my head, yes. I do want to specify saying that. My head doesn't fit most of these hats because my head's very fat or large, and it's an odd shape. It's like kind of a potato. But I sometimes wear hats. There's specific hats I wear that you will see at the end of the video because I will say which one's my favorite. So, other than that hat, to the next hat, which I actually need to move a character. Because, actually, a little side note, got this from work, and I think that's a score, and it's on Fedori's. It's a mooch. He was in the toy aisle, and he was very dirty, but I cleaned him up today, so his fur is all nice and white and shiny. He needed a little work on his arm. I had to stitch him up a bit. Other than that, he's a pretty good mook. And his name is Mook, actually. We have Mooch, Munch, and now Mook. He was just there because, well, it's very hard to get these nowadays, so it was basically a score of the day. So, yeah. But the next hat, I will kind of unrather, but is my lovely fez. If you can focus. It's a bit wrapped up in kind of vines, because I bought vines on Amazon, and it's covering everything, because I just like that kind of effect. I like just kind of vine that's growing on everything, like this. It just looks cool. But my fez, it was a actually no, back that up. It's not a Doctor Who fez. This is move that off from you. This is a straight up fez. Like, straight up, it's a fez. Like, can be worn on the head. Originally, he was wearing this, but then I kind of thought it would look better on his head because it's kind of flat. And so it sits up there. And I need to try and put the... Oh, God! Problem with this vine. It's so hard to move. Oh, God, go back. Use your head. He's leaning just a bit. There we go. So, it stays up there on his head. Looks perfect. So, that's hat number 3. So, is there any other hats around here? Yes, there is. Alrighty, welcome back. I had to cut there because I thought I was stupid showing the next hat because I could have just grabbed it. And, if I can and if I remember, I will post a picture maybe right here of the empty hat rack. But I personally, basically bought a hat rack, not for coats or stuff, for hats, basically, because I've always wanted a hat rack. I've seen in basically every cartoon, every TV show, someone had a hat rack just full of hats. And I've always wanted it to become true, so by God, I made it come true. I probably cut that all out, but if I left it in, curse you, future Mr. M, did you leave it in? How dare you? Okay. But the show must go on, and we will continue the hat collection. I grabbed every hat off my hat rack, and it's down here. Now, I can just lean over and grab one because it's that tall, but we'll go from the beginning. I'm listening to music, if you're wondering. So, yeah. So, we're going to start off with this one I'm going to wear for the entire episode because my hair is loaf right now, and I need a haircut extremely. So, we'll try and set up an appointment very soon. So, yes, first hat in my collection. Well, 1, 2, 3 This will be number 4 in my collection. At the end, I will tell you which hat. Well, actually, I'll say which 3 hats are my favorite. So, number 4 is this one, my Red Rose Army hat. I made this hat on Amazon because I've always seen like those customizable items you can do, like coffee mugs, picture frames, like custom like notes, and I saw a category for hats. I wanted a hat to represent everywhere I went that people knew I represent, but sadly now choosing the colors, it looks like a Trump hat, so yay. Everywhere I go, oh, you represent Trump? No, it's just colors. So the font, I don't know what font it was, but I just wanted white lettering. I don't know why, it just would look good. It looks better on red, like this fabric right here. Red and white just go so good together. It's perfect. You'll see, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see why I have that kind of fabric. It was a shirt, but it got turned into something new. So, and I got the patches. I got this patch, the rose patch, on Amazon for like, I think like 2 cents. A couple cents. I got 2 patches because I had a few bucks left on my Amazon because of a gift card. I lost the one. It's somewhere over here. It's probably underneath my new containment unit for fabric. This sewing patch is kind of like a Girl Scout patch that was in a baggie of other patches. And I got the bag at my work for about $1. And I kind of got rid of the other patches. I donated them back. I just wanted that one patch because it has sewing on it. And it shows, when you're wearing a hat and it has a lot of stuff on it, it really tells about who the person really is. I love roses. I love sewing. So I just stitched it on there. I stitched both patches on. These are iron-on patches. But I don't own an iron. So I thought, why not stitch it on? You can see on the inside where the green patch is and where the, if you can somewhat see it, and where the rose patch is. The rose patch one is a bit faded and kind of hard to see, but you can see the round green one's easy. Okay, so yeah, this is my go-to hat when I'm out and about. Also, it's my hat when my hair gets so long because I need like a snapback. This one isn't mostly snapback. This is kind of the adjustable. Where are you? Where are you? When you unflip this, and you can pull this up or back to adjust the size of the back rim. So basically that. And I put my hair like this. I push it back. And when my hair gets too long, sometimes my hat kind of pushes upward, so it's hard for me to wear one. This camera might die, so we might need to plug it in soon. So if an emergency, I have its charger. Okay, we're back. I plugged it in. I think we're good for a bit. So yeah, that's crap. 4th hat. I'm gonna put numbers up if I can remember for every new hat, so it'll be right in this little hand corner. So the next hat, this one is somewhat recently new. This is my St. Patrick's Day felt hat. I got this at the dollar store for like, I think $2. And I got this just because 1, it's green. 2, it's comfortable. So I forgot every hat will probably go on this head. So it's just nice and comfy. And I like these kind of flat down hats. They're kind of just the style I like. And just a nice little clover on the top. And so it's just a good hat. It's very, I used to have a hat like this a long time ago. It was a 4th of July hat. It was the Uncle Sam hat out of this same fabric. And after a long time, this fabric gets very weak and cannot even hold itself. So basically, it starts to form holes and very hard to repair. So I would try my best to keep this hat in good condition, because if you haven't seen my Sewing Lab Dr. Cow's robot, This basically sits on the robot's head for right now. He's right here. You guys can't see him, but I moved my setup around in this quadrant, and the guys are against this wall. They are now against the mirror. So they look much better, and they look at me while I record, so I get to see all my accomplishments. And they're more presented better, so yeah. So this will probably just sit on all the hats, because after I record, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how the hats go back in the rack. So pray for me, please, in the comments. Next hat. You guys actually might remember this hat. It's kind of another one of my past hats. Is one of my favorite Legend of Zelda hats. Is the fabric rim of Link, and the Triforce. I love it. And actually finally figured, since I played Breath of the Wild a bit, I don't play it nowadays that much because I don't got the time. But we'll try to get back to that Let's Play very soon after I beat that stupid camel on my free time. But I know a lot more stuff because I watch Let's Plays and know the history of it now more because I really like Breath of the Wild. So, Triforce of Wisdom, the Master Sword, Zelda, Ganondorf. So, this is the snapback hat I'm talking about. This would hold my hair up when it gets too long, so I basically do this. In a lot of my recordings, you probably see this green snapback, and I think nowadays it's kind of hard for me to wear this hat, but it's pretty good still. It's like 20% tight out of 100. Like it's a nice snug, and this is the maximum dots it can get on it. Other than that, it's like that. But if push comes to shove and I need a hat to hold my hair, and if my red cap, my red hat don't work, I'll probably put that on, or put this on, or maybe one of my other snapbacks. I have one more. So yeah, there's this one on the hat stack, and another snapback that is not curled up like that one. That one has a duck-billed thing. This one doesn't, because I never wore this one. This is it's me and Mario snapback, and I don't even remember where I got this one. Basically, my sister found it in a box, and I believe it was mine, and I got it in a box of gifts. And I just don't remember it, in all honesty. So, yeah. So, again, it's kind of like this hat. It doesn't actually look bad, but I like wearing snapbacks backwards. But with my red hat, I like wearing forwards, because I kind of look goofy with my hats forward, other than maybe my brown hat. But this one just feels better facing forwards than backwards. Because backwards, since it's fabric, not plastic, it feels weird and it kind of rubs. But in the back, it feels fine. And I'm actually mind this hat. It looks pretty good. It was in a box and covered in cat hair, so it needed a good lint rolling. But we got it. It's not a bad looking hat. So it's a good hat. Very good hat. It's me. Now, next hat. Pile, and I just noticed it now. I don't know where most of some of these hats came from. I don't know how I got them, but I have a cowboy hat that's covered in cow. It's not real cow, it's just like colored fabric. And I think the story that I got this, oh god, where did I? Does it even fit? Yeehaw. It wants to fit, but because of my freaking round head, it wants to pop right off. So this is why some of my plushes wear the hats, because my head don't fit them and they have smaller heads. This ain't bad. I bet Uncle Clunk could wear this, but I don't quite remember the story of this one, and I don't know really of why I got it, but it's a cowboy hat. I think this is the only cowboy hat I have. Is it? I think it is. I used to have a giant sombrero hat. Then I think I got rid of it, or it got ruined. And I also had another sombrero hat that was my grandfather's. I don't know where it went. In all honesty, I think we got rid of it. Sadly, I wish I could have kept it. It was so big I didn't have room. But so there's this one. It has a little thing so you could adjust it. But this probably be for playtime or something when I babysit. Sure. Try to find more music. Oh, alright. But I think the story behind that hat, I keep getting sidetracked, is I think my cousin had it and I just wanted it. I don't know why. I'm probably wrong. And most of the stories behind these hats are just because they match my personality. Like, for instance, this one has a wonderful story. My Odyssey Hat. And I would wear this the heck. Because I love it. It's just a perfect hat. It's like perfectly, it has a perfect stretchy band. And since I have a big head, it fits perfectly. So, bam. And if I ever have Mario Odyssey for a Let's Play soon, I will wear this hat for the entire Let's Play. Because I will always have face cam. And because actually I made a poll on the channel asking, what do you want more? Less face cam or more? You guys wanted more, so there will be more. So this hat was gifted to me on Christmas. Me and my family, me and my mother and my sister, went to a gathering of some sorts with friends. And it was a Christmas party, basically. My mom's boss, at the time, invited us there. And actually, fun fact, me and my other sister, she lives in Texas, she came to visit sometime, and we went to a mall. I don't know if I have the picture, but I have a picture of me in my white shirt with my bow tie wearing this, and I loved it. This was like such a perfect hat, and I'm like, I wish I had the money. And I even asked, can I have a bit of money and I'll pay you back to buy this? They didn't have enough. This was like 15 bucks? I'm probably wrong. It was at, oh God, what was it? Not Spencer's. Hot Topic, that's it. Love Hot Topic. They had a good amount of hats there. But my mom's boss gave me a bag, like a Christmas bag, and she said, "This is for you. This is my gift to you for Christmas." I was like, "Oh, thank you. You didn't have to." I open it, and my jaw dropped because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how did you?" Mom's like, "Hey." I'm like, "You son of a." She's like, I don't tell my secrets. It wasn't me. No. And I'm like, yes, it was. Because I remember the day I showed her that picture. Then light bulb. And I loved it. I wore it that entire day. And I love it to this day. And will always be kind of one of my favorites. Because it has a good history with me. And it just, I hope this hat will always fit me. So, yeah. So, Cappy will always be a part of my history. Alright, next hat. This one's a good hat. This is for the festive holidays. My favorite Christmas hat. And this hat's been with me for a couple of years now. I remember one Christmas season at school, we were celebrating Christmas for the whole month of December, and I wanted to wear a hat. I wanted to wear a Christmas hat because I think that day was Hat Day. We had a spirit week, like wear something green and red. Wear a hat. Wear something that represents Christmas. Bring a cookie, something like that for each day. And I'm like, well, heck, it's like been a few days in December, I want to celebrate the hat day. And so I got a hat. I used to have a Christmas hat, but then I got rid of it. I'm trying to find my new... anything? Perfect. Anyway, I needed a hat, so we went to the dollar store, and this probably is my favorite hat because it has a snapback thing to adjust of how big you want this. And I have it set on 2 nicks. And it's perfect size right now for my head because my hair, I like my hair showing just a bit. And it has this perfect little ball. And I wore this for the entire month of December for my school. And I loved it. And well, I just wore it for that reason because it was Christmas time and I wore it to every class because I love Christmas. Christmas is just a happy time, and I wore it. But then I went to the other school, didn't get to wear it. Only wore it the one day, sadly. But I graduated, so they can cash my butt. So just a good Christmas hat. It's a nice looking Santa hat. It's so comfortable. And it's just a nice fabric. Dollar store quality. Pretty good. And it lasts the heck a long time. Alright, next hat. Hello. Oh, hi kitty. Next hat is this one. It is, and again, summer hats, I don't know how they get into the collection. I don't know where they come from. This one, I somewhat remember. The Fedora. And it somewhat fits, kind of. I just don't like, certain fedoras are okay, but I have this hat just because of the collection, because I like getting all certain types of hats. Any kind of hat. Like any kind of hat, like a sombrero. Like what the heck, but I think this was my cousin's hat. My step cousin, basically. And he just didn't want it anymore. And we got a lot of stuff from them. And he said, here, just give it to him because he likes hats. And I was like, perfect, I love hats. And it's not a bad hat. It's a size 59 centimeter. Made in China. Love it. Where they started the whole virus. But we can skip that over the hat. It's not one of my favorites because it just doesn't fit. But it's for the characters, basically. I could throw on a hat for a certain character. Ooh, this hat. Very, very special to me. No, it's not. And actually, no, this is not actually what the hat I was thinking of. This is a little chauffeur hat. You're in the front. Wait your next, ma'am. My grandmother got me this hat, and I love it. Because, well, it's originally Clunk was wearing this hat for a bit of time. Well, back on. My grandma gave me this because she thought I'd like it, and I do. It's one of my favorite hats because it's from her. And it just has a nice time period because my grandma would wear this. And well, it's just a nice hat. It fits, but then it doesn't, so yeah, it's a good hat. It's black, so it always needs lint rolled. So yeah, next hat is actually a personal hat for the channel, basically. Back in the day, my hair was very long, and it got very long very quick. So I needed a hat to get my hair up when I was recording, because I would wear basically a hat and then a headset over the hat. This is the hat. This was originally a sailor's hat, and well, basically it looked like the Five Nights at Freddy's security guard hat. So I colored this. It originally was yellow, and I put a patch over the actual emblem that was stitched into this. I couldn't get the thing off, so I just put a patch over it. And it had a Freddy Fazbear's logo thing on it I created, but then I ripped it off because it looked dumb. So basically it was like this back thing. Hair over, like this, and And that was basically the style back in the day that I thought was cool. Actually, here, let me get my headset. I got a brand new headset. It would basically, oh god, I'm wrapping everything. And then, basically like this. And this is what I do, except I had a plastic microphone headset, and it was kind of crap. But it had like a microphone thing like this. And this was basically how it looked. So it was basically like that back in my day. Mounted full of hats. My poor red hat is getting squished. Remove some of these over. Grab the ones that need to be showed. My floor is completely dirty. Next hat. Actually, oh yeah, I was keeping a number count, so heck yeah. So, as you saw in the beginning, number 3, my fez, I said I had a Doctor Who fez, and I did. This was the fez. It's very tall. Let me crouch down a bit. Hold on. Basically fat. Hold on, I need to sit up a bit. Okay. And it's just a fez. It's a fez. It's like a felt fez, not a like hard brim fez. That's a proper fez. This is just like Doctor Who cosplay fez, because his fez doesn't have the tassel. This does. His hat does not have the tassel, and this does not. So this is basically like his kind of fez. But I have a very odd shaped head, so it kind of falls off. New hat stack over here. Right. So there's that. I got a big box for Christmas, and that came in it with a Doctor Who bow tie and a bunch of other bow ties and FNAF stuff, Legos. It's a good Christmas. Alright, next hat. This was a gift from my grandpa, because originally he was in the hospital a lot, and well, he would send me certain types of gifts from the hospital. And this was one of the gifts that kind of I keep very close. It's basically like the things you put on your head in the shower. This. It's a shower cap, I think it is. I guess. But I've never seen a gray one. And it has this little sticker on it. So, oh, that's a style. Yes. But this is in the hat collection because it basically is a hat. And I count it as a hat, so. There's the dorsal. If you don't think it's a hat. But it's a very nice, it's goofy hat, and it's when you don't want to be serious, but then you are serious because it's gray. Usually, like, those kind of caps are very felt and white. This is a very shiny gray. There's that. And it's a gift from my grandpa, so I will always keep it. Till the day I die, and then someone else will either throw it away or my grandchildren will play with it. Right, next hat. Now the story on this hat, I think my father gave me it. I'm probably so definitely wrong. This reminds me of him very much. It is like my brown fedora, but a summertime fedora. Basically this. We just kind of curled up. I like it. It's a very nice summer hat. My head's just very big. So it just stays in my hat collection. And just basically never gets brought out. Unless I can't find my brown hat and I need a very nice long brimmed thing that keeps the sun out of my eyes. Or just buy my sunglasses. But I think I don't know if I got this from my father. I think I actually got this at a store. I bought it just because I wanted a hat that day. So that happened. There, that sits. Alright, next hat. This one has a story behind it, and actually is a very good part of the history of this channel too. A very good long time ago, I went on a Bible Club field trip with my class. And we went to a lot of places. And actually, if you want to go check that out, please do. It was the very first, I think it was the Caty Crew field trip, or Grand Adventure or some crap like that. We basically went to ice skating, we went to food place to get food, we went to a Pirates game. It was wonderful. And at that Pirates game, I wanted a souvenir. So I bought me a Pirates hat. And you can tell it's Pirates because that and the logo and the P. Also the embedded pirate on the back and the lucky clover. I got it because it was green and I wanted a nice souvenir for at that time. It fit me back then, not now. So those fits me somewhat. I just don't wear it as much because it's very, kind of a little bit small. But the story behind it is I had a kind of a GoPro in my hat and I forgot about it. And I wanted to get on the Jumbotron and I actually got on it 5 times. This is how goofy I was. So I did this. And just like, and it was so perfect because I got the class of the Jumbotron. I think I got it on recording. I'd love to see that. And it was awesome, but I forgot the GoPro was in here and I did this a lot and it got flung out. I didn't know. Panicked, started crying, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where it is. My friend's like, do you want me to look around? I was like, can you please? It was 5 rows down and it broke into 2 pieces. The big chunk of it, and then the thing fell off of the cup. Is it over here? I don't think it is. Hold on, let me check. It is. I knew it. Covered in dust. Oh crap. Crap. Oh. This was the GoPro. Basically, this has a waterproof case. This can go in and it's waterproof. But this is the little GoPro that I threw. This is what came back. This part, this whole part, and this. This whole front popped off. And there were 2 wires sticking out of it. I'm like, I don't know if that's good and I don't know if that's bad. I popped it back on, I pressed the button, and sure enough, it still works. After all that time, and after to this day, it still works. And that's incredible. Sadly, I don't think it makes the sound anymore that it used to make. It used to make a sound like dee-dee-dee-dee, and when you turn it up, dee-dee-dee-dee. So that was the story of the flying GoPro and the Jumbotron. So this hat has a lot of history to it. I love telling the stories behind it. Next hat. Here we go. Here, I'll grab the next few hats. Next hat is my Harley Davidson hat that my grandpa, sorry I said his full name, my grandpa gave me. It was a gift. He didn't know what to get me, so he just sent me his Harley Davidson hat, because he used to ride a motorcycle, I believe. I don't know if he still does to this day. And it still has like the official like Harley Davidson tag in it. I love it. Because, well, again, another hat Plunk wore was this one a lot because it was just so flat and his hair was everywhere. So I was just like, I used to have a flat brimmed cap like this, but I don't know where it went. It was gray. So that was a gift. Next hat. I'm trying to go through here because it's like 10:10 at night. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done. So, this hat was when we first began the channel in the apartment. It was my Mr. M beanie, and I would wear this heavily when it was cold. Still good beanie, it still fits. Bit tight, not so tight, it's perfectly normal. So, this was basically a gray beanie I had. I don't know where I got it. And I wanted to put my name on it. So I straight up cut out lettering and glued it on there with hot glue. And it's so worn out because I used to use fabric back in the day still. And it's very worn out, it's very fuzzy. You can see some glob of hot glue places. But I still love this hat. It was just such a good hat. And it was just a nice part of the channel history. It was a hat I wanted people to know me for. But then it didn't catch on. The next hat is a beanie, of course. This was a gift from my sister from going to the mall. And she brought back me a gift. And it's a hat. One hat I wear to this day for when it's chilly. And when I need a very warm hat. Is my Five Nights at Freddy's beanie. I don't know if it's an official beanie, but I love it. It was a very special gift because it's something my sister knows me for. She knows me for a rap about a lot of I like random crap. This was one of the random crap items I love because I wore this everywhere and everybody knew that I love that kind of stuff. And it's very nice. I think I have a fuzzy from one of the hats in my eye. Okay, I got it. Anyway, so there we go. And it's a very special hat. And after that, a few times, I would get plushes from her. She gave me some characters from Rick and Morty. I got Rick, I got Morty, I got Mr. Poopy Butthole, I got, I think, 2 Mr. Meeseeks, because I love Mr. Meeseeks. I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. I have the one that's normal Meeseeks, then I have the one who's grumpy and is depressed because he won't die. I keep my special Meeseeks up on my shelf because he's special, and he was the very first Meeseeks I got. And I just loved the plushes, and when they came out, and my sister saw them, she had to get them for me because I love them. And there's other plushes of them that came out I still need to get. There are a few I need to get. I don't know which ones. They're new ones I know, like the slime version of them from the one episode where all the bad instances of them came out at the spa. So there's that. Alright, let me grab the other hats. Time to grab the ones. There we go. Here's a hat. This hat is actually from my father. And this is basically again, another hat Uncle Clunk wore for a good amount of time. It used to fit me quite good. This is basically a sun hat that he would wear at work so the sun wouldn't get in his face. And he sent one to me, and here it is. Because he would work construction, I think, or some sort of work with heavy machinery. And I just love it. The colors, and just because it's a good bit of that reminds me of him and what he used to do. Let me see what kind it is. Is it visible? But it's a good hat. Sad it don't fit so good. If I needed a hat, something like that, I'd like to get a bit bigger so it's comfortable on my head. Next hat is a crushed Fedora. Let me fix that. I think this hat belonged to my very first stepbrother, and I just took it from him and hid it. And I think it's his. I just took it because I liked hats still back in that time. This hat fits me more than the my other cousin's
step-cousin's hat. Fits me somewhat. It actually fits my head. But I just have such a round head. I look dumb with like these kind of hats. Howdy, now. What kind of brand? It's a large XL GXG. And it's black. So I have a heat stroke in my head from it. I love it. Next hat. Trying to go a little bit quicker. This hat is another part of my history. And I kept to this day because it's just a perfect rendition of my favorite childhood character's hat. The Cat in the Hat's hat. I can't, I must, there we go. It goes all the way up if you stuff it like something, but the day I stuffed it, I used newspaper and it was so heavy, so it would just go. But I usually stuffed it with stuffing nowadays, but now, not now because you drink, hold on. Because I need all the stuffing I can with characters, so there's that. The very first time I got this hat was for Dr. Seuss Day at my school, and my grandma got it. It came with a bow tie and 2 white gloves, cat's gloves. So it just came for the palm, and one for the pinky, and one for the thumb. So it could be like cat's gloves. I have the bow. If you guys notice, on Uncle M's hat, under it, you can see cat's bow. I still have the bow. The gloves are somewhere in this house, in a box somewhere. Probably not together. They're probably mismatched with other gloves. So there's that. So there's that. And that day, before we all went home, sat in the cafeteria / auditorium where there was a stage, and the picture came up announcing today was Dr. Seuss Day, and there was a competition to see who wore the best costume. And for our grade, we had first place, second place, and third place. And the names that were called were my name, another person's name, and another person's name. But not in an order. We just came up, and then I was given first place for our grade, because I looked so much like Cat in the Hat. But I didn't have a Cat in the Hat shirt. I had my tuxedo shirt on, because I didn't have anything close enough to Cat. So I just had like that, hello, my name is Awesome, and it was like a tuxedo shirt, because it had a bow tie. I thought it was perfect, so I had whiskers on, painted on whiskers. My mom did them. I had my gloves, I had the big old red bow tie, and I had the hat. And I think I wore black pants or brown pants because I didn't own black pants. And also, my mom put a dot of paint on my nose for the cat's nose. There's that. I keep this hat because it's just a perfect rendition of Cat's hat. So yes. Next hat. Oh, we're coming down to the wire. So we'll go with the latest hats. So latest hats that were added to my collection this year were I graduated high school. And what do you get at the end of the graduation? You get a cap and gown. And of course, I got a cap. It has a tassel, but the tassel's up on my wall right behind the camera because I didn't want the cats to eat it. So it goes on like this. And it was a fun time wearing this hat. The last time I wore this hat was graduation time. And it was a very special time. Seeing all my friends one last time. Well, since the whole something virus happened. So it's hard to see them now. So that was the last time I got to see everyone. And I was handed my diploma. And saw all my friends. Even in the newspaper, I was actually in front, so you saw me in the newspaper. Still have the newspaper. It's in the chest, in the living room. So was my gown. I kept my gown. Sadly, it fell apart a bit by the zipper, right like here. There's a nice hole I can stick my hand in because the threading came loose. And of course, on that last day, I wore my Converse to go out with a bang. And of course I went out with a bang because going down the stairs, I got my arm caught in the frickin' thing. There's a little railing to go down my sleeve because, of course, me and my clumsiness, and the pole just goes up my sleeve. I'm not noticing, so I'm just going do. It's pulling my sleeve off, and I just get hit. I almost fall down the steps. And of course, there's pictures of it that we have in the darn book. That's fun to recount on. Also, we got to decorate our caps, and I did this for my cap. It's a little bit like it's okay. I just wish I could have done more, but with the time having, I did a pretty dang good job. These are stickers, by the way. That's one of the newest hats. Next hat, added to the arsenal. This I got from work. I don't know who owned it. I don't know how it got there. It was just part of the stock we put out. And of course, I had to get it. And before any of you say, why did you buy it? It's from Goodwill. Disgusting stuff there. Do not worry, I disinfected the heck out of this thing when I got home. It got a thorough clean, sanitizers everywhere. But I don't know the history of this hat. I just know it has a nice history to it. This is a, I believe, if I'm correct, a drum major's hat. It's all soft. It's all fluffy. I did clean it. It has a bit of old smell to it still because it's hard to clean this stuff. But it got a nice wipe down. It got a nice cleaning. It has a symbol right there. Let me clean the fur out of it. It has like kind of like a gold looking like symbol to it. Little tassels. Has the little thing, and then it has like inside, which I thought would be like be gone. It's an old hat. It ain't new. It ain't old. And the leather is still good. It has like stuff written right here. Hold on. That should be machine wash. Uniform by Austin Inc. And it came with a paper of like who owned it, what number this was. And it's pretty dang cool. So this was kind of like the newest adding to my collection because it was just at work. It was $5. And I thought it was perfect. And that entire day, I'm like, oh, please let me get it. Please let me get it. Please let me get it. Well, I'm telling myself because I asked someone if I could borrow money. They didn't know if they had money on them. But as I'm working, he said, hey, I have the money. I'm like, I'm going home with a drum major hat. Well, that's why I think it's a drum. It's a band hat. And I love it. It's beautiful. It's soft. It's fluffy. And it's a nice adding to my collection. If I could, I'd put Clunk in this hat off the bat. It's just too heavy, and I don't want his hair a bit mushed in the hat. I put it in the orange hat because it's a nice bowl over it. So after a while, when I want it off, I can just fluff his hair up. That might just get stuck in that hat. So, lastly, and not of course, my beautiful top hat, which I added a nice kind of like fabric onto the ring of it because my mother recently got not recently, but a bit ago, got a tattoo for me of the Mad Hatter. And the Mad Hatter, she didn't get the normal hat. She got a black top hat with a green band around it. And she got it for me. It says, we're all mad around here. And I live that to this day. Because her name's Alice. I'm basically the Mad Hatter to the Tea Party. And I wear it with pride every time. Fits wonderful. It's an actual top hat. And I remember, if you guys don't know, I did an unboxing for it if you want to go check it out. And I love this hat to this day. And my Maxwell plush wears it. His hat's right here, if you want to throw this in the collection. This is his hat he wears. He has a more colorful ribbon-like thing to it. It's much colorful. I'm going to add more to this one soon when I get the time and remember to do it. So, this one's here because I'm working on Maxwell right now. He need a bit of a wardrobe change. You know, he had a malfunction or something. So, this one's here. And lastly, but finally, but not last, or whatever that saying is, I'll pop it on screen if I remember that saying. I saved the best for last. This hat has been with me for the longest freaking time on this channel. It's my go-to hat. I need a hat. It's my go-to hat for outgoing places and for evening events. And I'm known for this hat every time I wear it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you my favorite hat out of the collection, my beautiful round fedora. This one has been with me for the very end. I have Freddy, Beanie, Sonic, Batman, and Creeper on it because those are my favorite things. I would say games, but Batman has a game. Like Batman Arkham games, but he's more of like cartoon comics, certain type deal for DC. So there's that. So, yeah. Now, I said at the beginning, actually I forgot to tell the story of this hat. The story of this hat, I think I've told before, but a long time ago when I lived in the very first apartment, I went to my cousin's house where I got the, like, weird, like, blue fedora that kind of don't fit my head. I went to his house for, I think, to spend some time there for the heck of it. I think I actually spent the night. While we were there, we were playing Minecraft, and we were playing Minecraft online back in the day in the 360. It was a good time. And no, down, Kitty. Wow. I will swat you. Thank you. And I was kind of laying down, and I kind of leaned back more and more. I looked underneath his bed. He had a bunk bed, but he basically put stuff on top of the top bunk, and he slept on the bottom bunk. I thought it was a genius idea. I think I slept on the floor or the couch, but as I was there, I saw something brown, and I pulled it out from underneath, and I uncovered the mysteries underneath the bed and found a brown fedora. And I asked, "What is this?" He's like, "Oh, that was my grandpa's hat." And I'm like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't ask. Do you have a bond to this hat?" He's like, well, "Not really. It just sits over there." I'm like, Can I have it?" He's like, "Sure." I'm like, yes. And I wore it the entire night. And I basically molded this hat into my own kind of style. Hold on, let me try and pop it out of, like, it's like kind of mold I have basically. Basically it was just like a round hat. But I want it to look more fedora-like. And so I pushed these two in, and I held it like this. And over all the time, it just got that little mold in it. Unless it already had it. But I did this. So now it does this. And then I would curl these to get the sides to look good. and it became my hat for the channel. Because I retired the captain's hat, because it looked goofy, and so I think I even did a video saying, this is my new hat, how do I look? And so, it became the channel hat. And that's basically the story of all these hats. I love hats to this day. They bring a nice warm place to my heart, because I grew up watching a lot of TV shows and a lot of challenge shows where someone had a hat rack covered in hats. And I love that. After that, I will now tally up the entire collection. I'll cut this, so I will be back when I've counted all the hats. Alright, we're back. The total number of hats I have in this collection is 27 hats. I have 27. I am a bit impressed. A lot of these hats I got with a lot before a period of time. And to this day I'm still getting hats because, heck, I love them. And my goal is to basically kind of outline the entire border of my room with hats. If not, probably keep it on the hat. With my Doctor Who scarf and my second generation Mr. M scarf. So, in the beginning I said I have 3 favorite hats. And I will now say them. My 3 favorite hats of all time will always be this one, my Rose Army hat, and my top hat. Let me show you my kind of stack I have right now. These are all the hats. Like right here. They were just sitting here, so they were waiting for their debut. So, yeah. I have the camera set up on a pencil, a stuffing stick, a book, and a candle, and a light fixture. So, I think that's a perfect place to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you didn't mind that it was a bit long. But I asked if you guys wanted a video of this, and you said yes. A majority of you said yes, so we did it. Huzzah! I finally got it done. We wanted to do it for a while, just never had the time. But I felt productive tonight and I wanted to do it. So, we will end on this note. Thank you all for watching this hat collection video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe today. Become a member of the Red Rose Army, because we are the sickest roses on the internet and we destroy. Maybe you'll fire encounter like we did with this collection. Let me know in the comments below which hat of mine was your favorite. If I had to say one hat of all, it was this one, because I have the most history of this hat. Also, click that bell notification to let you know when I go live or upload a video. Since I've been working, basically I've been taking YouTube as a hobby. So I will be uploading whenever I can, usually on the weekend type area from Friday to Monday kind of region. So you might get an upload here or there in that time period. And I live stream whenever I can in that period too. So thank you for watching. As always, please do me the biggest favor and keep the show rolling. And I'll see you next time. See you and have a great night.